Welcome. In this video, we're going to see the multiplication of signed 2's complement integer using Booth algorithm. So let us see what are the points that we're going to discuss in this video. First is that what is the advantages and disadvantages of Booth algorithm. That means why we use the Booth algorithm. Okay, and if we use the Booth algorithm, what are the issues that we're going to face. Next is the hardware implementation for Booth algorithm, and next we'll see what is the idea behind the Booth algorithm. That means how Booth algorithm is perform the multiplication. Next is the flowchart of the Booth algorithm, and then the last part we'll see example of Booth algorithm. So here we choose two examples of Booth algorithm so that it can be understandable easily. So now see one by one. First, what is the advantages and disadvantages of Booth algorithm? The advantages of Booth algorithm is that it handles both positive and negative multiplier uniformly. That means if the multiplier is positive or it is negative, it operates, or the process of operation is same or uniform. Second thing is that it reduces the number of partial products, thus make it extensively used in multiplier with long operands. That means when you use the Booth algorithm, the partial product will be reduced. We can see the other multiplication techniques in the earlier video. The partial products are required. So in the Booth algorithm, the number of partial products will be reduced. That means the addition part will be reduced. And the third is that it achieves the efficiency in the number of additions required when the multiplier has a few larger block of ones. That means when the number of ones, consecutive ones, are less, then the addition required is less. So when addition is required to get the partial products. So ultimately it gives the result which have less partial products. So these are the advantages of the Booth algorithm. So now what is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is that the complexity in the circuit to generate the partial product bit in the Booth encoding. So when we are using the Booth encoding, then to generate this encoding, the circuit required is more complex. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of Booth algorithm. So now we'll see what is the idea behind the Booth algorithm. So in this technique, the 2 bit of the multiplier, that means Qn and Qn plus 1, are inspected at a time. That means Qn is the least significant bit of the multiplier, and Qn plus 1 is another bit we'll use in the Booth algorithm. Okay, that means this Qn is the part of the multiplier, but this Qn plus 1, it's not part of the multiplier. It is additionally taken for the Booth algorithm to be performed efficiently. So next is that the action is depend on the binary value of the 2 bits. That means that these 2 bits, the binary value of these 2 bits, depending on this binary value of these 2 bits, will do the operation. So what are the condition? The first condition is that the 2 values, if respectively are 0 and 1, that means Qn is 0 and Qn plus 1 is 1. In this case, the AC, the accumulator, is equal to AC plus BR. BR is nothing but my multiplicand. So this is the first case. Now the second case is that if this Qn and Qn plus 1 is 1 0. If it is 1 0, then AC is equal to AC minus BR. Okay, and if these two bits are 0 0 or 1 1, then no action. That means no addition or subtraction. So we'll not perform the addition or subtraction. So we have to keep this thing in mind, that this subtraction is nothing but the 2's complement addition. These things are very much known to you. Okay, here we have to add AC and BR, so we perform simple addition. Here we have to subtract. So subtraction is nothing but here the 2's complement addition. So next step is that all the 4 cases, that means the 1 0, 0 1, 0 0 and 1 1, these 4 cases, all the 4 cases, an arithmetic shift operation on the concatenation of A and Q are performed. So after this addition, if addition is required or subtraction is required in this suppose 2 step, and in this 2 step no operation is required. So after this step we have to perform the arithmetic right shift operation in all the 4 cases. And now how many number of times these two process will continue? So we have to decide. For this, the whole process is repeated n times. So what is this n? N is the number of bits in the multiplier. So total number of bits in the multiplier is equal to 1. Suppose we are using 4-bit number, so n is 4, and these operations are performed 4 times. And as we already mentioned that this Qn plus 1, it is not part of the multiplier. We are using this as an extra bit. So we have to assign this bit either 0 or 1. So for both algorithm, it is this Qn plus 1 bit is 0. So we have to assign this Qn plus 1 bit first to 0. So this is the idea behind the Booth algorithm. So now we will see the hardware implementation for multiplication or using the Booth algorithm. So this is the hardware part that are required to perform the Booth algorithm. So here one by one you can easily see that what are the parts of this particular hardware implementation. So this is the QR register. This is nothing but contains the multiplier. This BR contains the multiplicand. Okay. So one thing we should keep in mind that the sign bit is not separated from the register. That means in this register, in the earlier case or earlier multiplication, signed magnitude multiplication, we have seen that the register, we have the register, and along with this register we have one sign bit. One register is for the sign bit, single bit. So but in here there is no separate register for the sign bit. That means the sign bit is included in this register itself. So this is the first consideration of the hardware implementation of Booth algorithm. So now what is the QR? As we have mentioned that it contains the multiplier, and this Qn is the least significant bit of the QR. And what is Qn plus 1? Qn plus 1 is one flip-flop which is additionally append with the QR register so that we can perform the multiplication. Okay, these things are already mentioned in the last slide, why this Qn plus 1 is required. So next one, the BR register contains the multiplicand. Okay, and this SC is the sequence counter. That means the number of n, the n times the operation should be performed. So this n, counting of n should be done somewhere. So this sequence counter counts the number of steps of the algorithm. And AC is one register which bit value is equal to the register QR register. Okay, and this AC register is first initialized to 0. That means if it is a 4-bit register, then 0 0 0 0, and last the result will get in the AC and QR register. So let's see how the operation is performed. So for the operation we have to keep the multiplier here and the multiplicand here. So if the Qn and Qn plus 1, suppose it is 0, it is 1. So if it is 0 and it is 1, then we have to add the BR with the AC. So then BR will come here and similarly AC will come here, which is the adder, parallel adder, complementer and parallel adder. So by this parallel adder we'll add the two register value here and the result is stored in the accumulator. After this we know that shift operation should be performed. So now we'll shift the AC register along with QR register in the right direction for 1 bit. So these things will be more clear when we see the flowchart and one example. So let's see the flowchart. So this is the flowchart for your Booth algorithm. So to multiply we required multiplicand in BR and multiplier in QR. First of all you have to assign these things. AC, that means the accumulator, is assigned to 0. This Qn plus 1, this is the extra bit, along with the multiplier it should be 0, and the sequence counter is equal to n. N is the total number of bits in multiplier. So this is the initialization. First now we have to check. This is the conditional operator. So first of all we have to check Qn and Qn plus 1. So we know that there are 4 conditions. Either it is 0 0 or 0 1, 1 0 and 1 1. So if it is 0 1, these 2 bit value are 0 1. If it is 0 1, then we will go in this direction and we perform the AC plus BR. That means accumulator plus multiplicand, and result is stored in the accumulator. Okay, and then this value is comes here, and here we see that we will go for arithmetic right shift. Arithmetic right shift of AC and QR. So AC will come here, AC will come from here, and QR is nothing but the multiplier. So both the AC and the QR should be right shifted or arithmetic right shifted. After that this sequence counter will be decremented by 1. So after that we will check the sequence counter. So since it is the first step, so the sequence counter, if it is 0, so when the sequence counter will be 0, if this n, that means the sequence counter is depends on the n value. N is nothing but the this n value, and n is nothing but the total number of bits in the multiplier. So since we have done only one operation, so that's why it is not 0 here. So now if it is not equal to 0, we will go again here and again check the Qn and Qn plus 1. Suppose in this case it is 1 0. If it is 1 0, then we will go in this direction, and here we see that it is the 2's complement addition. That means it is a subtraction, AC plus BR bar plus 1. So BR bar plus 1 is nothing but the 2's complement of the BR. So this is the 2's complement addition. Ultimately this is the subtraction. So after subtraction the result will be stored in the AC, and then we will go here and now again right shift the AC and QR, and now again decrement the counter, sequence counter. So here we will check the sequence counter. So suppose the sequence counter is not equal to 0, so again we will go here and check again Qn and Qn plus 1. Suppose here the Qn and Qn plus 1 is 0 0 or 1 1. So in this case you can see that no operation, that means the subtraction or addition, no operation is performed. Directly we will come here and shift the AC and QR, and again decrement the sequence counter. So now we will go here and check the sequence counter. So if in this case the sequence counter suppose 0 and it is AND. So this is the example of Booth algorithm. So for this we have taken one example of multiplication of 6 and 3. So this is the decimal value. So what is the result? The result should be 18. So decimal representation of 6 is 0110 and 3 is 0011, and the result after multiplication should be 0001010. So this is the equivalent of decimal 18. So now our BR is the multiplicand, QR is the multiplier, and AQ is the result from where we will get the result. So for this we will use one table, and for better understanding we will keep the flowchart and hardware implementation aside. So as we know that the multiplicate in the BR, and BR is this the 0110, and the BR bar plus 1, that means it is the 2's complement of the BR. So this thing is required. Why? Because for the subtraction, in the subtraction part we will do nothing but the 2's complement addition. So where we required BR bar plus 1. So that's why I have find the BR bar plus 1, which is equal to 1010. So this is the AC register, this QR and QN plus 1 and SC. So according to the flowchart we can see that we have to initialize the all the things. So we have initialized the AC to 0000 and QR equal to the 0011, and Qn should be initialized to 0, Qn plus 1 should be initialized to 0, and the SC is equal to 4. Why it is 4? Because the multiplier has 4 bits. So now we have to first check the Qn and Qn plus 1 bit. So Qn and Qn plus 1 bit is 10. So if it is 10, then we will know that we will go for the subtraction, that is the 2's complement addition. So for 2's complement addition we have to add the 2's complement of BR. So 2's complement of BR is 1010. So now we have to add this. So 00 we get the 0, 01 we will get 1, 000011. So addition part is now, that means 2's complement addition or subtraction, you can say, it is complete. So now we will go for the right shift of AC and QR. So now this is the AC and this is the QR. We will go for the arithmetic right shift. So we know that in arithmetic right shift the first bit should be kept same, and this bit is now again copied to the next bit position, and this bit should be copied to the next bit position. So in this way we will go on right shift. So that means first bit is the same as it is copied, and now this bit is again shifted to the right bit position. Again this is shifted to the right position. So in this way all bits are shifted. So now this in QR this bit is shifted. In this way all the bits are shifted, and the last one is shifted to QN plus 1. So this QN plus 1 we don't require, so we have to discard this. Now this first step is complete. Now we go for decrement of SC. So we will decrement the SC to 4 to 3. So now here we will check the SC, it is not equal to 0. So that's why again we will come here and again check this QN and QN plus 1. So this QN and QN plus 1 is 1 1. So if it is 1 1, we know that no addition or subtraction required, directly we can go for shifting. So since it is 1 1, we will go for shifting of AC and QR. So this is the AC and this is the QR. So we will go on shifting as similar pattern we follow here. So that means first bit is copied here, and now onwards all our bits are shifted in the right. This is the arithmetic shift operation, and the last, the QN plus 1, will be discarded. So now again here we have to go for the decrement of the SC. So here the SC is 3, now it is decremented to 1 value and it is become 2. So now again we will go for here and checking the Qn and Qn plus 1. Here the Qn and Qn plus 1 is 0 1. So if it is 0 1, so we have to perform the addition. So since it is 0 1, we have to go for addition of BR. What is BR? This is BR. So we have to keep the BR here and go for addition. So we will go, if we will go for addition, 0 0 0 1 1, that is 10, that is carry 1, 0 carry 1, 1 plus 1, it is 10, 10 plus carry 1, it is 11, that means 1 is kept here and 1 is carry. So the carry 1 and plus this one is equal to 11 plus 0, it is 11. Sorry, the carry, this carry 1 plus this 1 is 10. This 10 plus 1 is equal to 10. That means it is 0 and carry 1 is here. So this carry should be discarded. That's why I have discarded the carry. So now up to this operation is performed. So now we will go for the right shift. So now we will right shifting all the bits of AC and QR, discarding this carry bit. So similarly similar to the earlier step, we'll go on shifting. So in this way we'll go on shifting, and now this bit will be discarded. So now again we'll decrement the SC. So now SC becomes 1. Again we have to go here and check for Qn and Qn plus 1. So now Qn and Qn plus 1 is 0 0. So if it is 0 0, we know that there is no addition or subtraction, directly shift. So now it is 0 0, so we will go for direct shift of the QAC and the QR. So we are going to shift all the bits and the last bit will be discarded. And now again the SC will be decremented by 1. So now SC becomes 0. So if it is SC becomes 0, that means this is the end of the multiplication operation, and the content of the AC and QR is the result. So that's why I have copied the content of the AC and QR here, and this is the final product. So as you can see that the final product is equal to the our required product. So that means this Booth algorithm, with the help of this Booth algorithm, we can perform the multiplication operation. So now we will check one example with negative numbers. That means we will take the multiplicand 6 and multiplier minus 3. So as we know that the 6 binary representation is this. So now what is the binary representation of minus 3? For this we have to use the 2's complement representation. So 3 is this one, 0 0 1 0, sorry 0 0 1 1. So this is the 2's complement representation of 3. So when we use the 2's complement representation of the multiplier, we have to keep this thing in mind that all the bit positions, that means here we are representing with the 4 bit, all the bit position should be included for the 2's complements, and we will get the 2's complement. So this is the 2's complement, that's why I have put here this 2's complement value. After the multiplication, binary multiplication, we will get here this result. So this is nothing but equal to the decimal minus 18. So now check with the help of the table and the flowchart. So as in the earlier example, we have to initialize all the things, okay, and keep the ready for the next subsequent steps. So these are the initializations, okay. So now we have to check the QA and Qn plus 1. So this is 1 0, this is 1 0. So if it is 1 0, we will go for the subtraction, that means the 2's complement addition. So now we have to take this value of 2's complement value of the BR, we have to keep here and go for addition. So after addition we will get this, and now we have to shift all. So we will use the arithmetic shift operation in this way, and we will shift all the value, and the last bits, that means Qn plus 1 should be discarded, and then this AC will be SC will be decremented by 1. So now again we will check for Qn and Qn plus 1. Now it is 0 1. If it is 0 1, then we will know that we will go for addition. So addition is nothing but we have to add the BR. So we have to put the BR here and go for addition. So after addition we will get this result which contains one carry. So we know that this carry should be discarded. Again now we have to go for the shift, arithmetic right shift. So we'll go for arithmetic right shift in this way, and the last bit is discarded. Again this SC is bit decremented to 2, that means 0 1 0. So now again we have to check the Qn and Qn plus 1. Here Qn and Qn plus 1 is 1 0. If it is 1 0, we have to go for subtraction, that means 2's complement addition. So 2's complement addition, for 2's complement addition we have to take the 2's complement form of BR. Here it is the 2's complement form of BR. Okay, so after this we have to go for addition. We'll get, after addition we'll get this result. Now as we can see from the flowchart that we have to go for the arithmetic right shift. So we'll go for the arithmetic right shift of AC and the Q. So we'll go for arithmetic right shift, and the last bit is discarded, and again the SC will be decremented by 1. And now again we'll go for checking the Qn and Qn plus 1. Here it is 1 1, that means no addition or subtraction, directly you go for shift. So we'll go for shift. So in this way we can shift all the bits, and the last bit is now 1 and it is discarded. And again the SC should be decremented to 1, and now the SC becomes 0. So once the SC becomes 0, so we know that this is the completion of the multiplication process. And now the content of the AC and QR, the content of the AC and QR is the ultimate final product. So this value of AC and QR are copied here, and this gives the final product. So in this way, with the help of these two examples, we have see how the Booth algorithm can be performed. I think it is understandable to all of you. Thank you for watching.